All right. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is the best conversation on the internet. You may say, well, excuse me, sir, who gave you the credentials to go and, make such a declaration, especially with all the, all the shit that's on the internet? Well, one, I decided so myself. But two, because all the wonderful people who come in each and every evening, we won't talk about last week. It was a sketchy week at best. But usually, each and every week, Monday through Friday, and join us for good conversation. So I am your host, Ed Honcho, and again, it is my honor, it is my privilege, it is most of all, it is my pleasure to get to chop it up with you guys. So we're going to do something we have not done in quite a while. And that is a Sunday night confession. Like, well, yeah, one is Sunday, right? And so some people are like, well, what's the special occasion? We'll see. Y'all know how Sunday night confessions works now. It used to be me talking about crazy shit. But if we get some good confessions in, then, maybe I'll share a good confession of my own. But we'll see how it goes. But again, I hope everybody is doing well. All of the fathers out there in the den, none of you deadbeats, and there has to be at least, I know, like, statistics say, or I guess what, law of averages or something like that, I don't know. There's one deadbeat dad in the goddamn den. I don't know who you are, but shame on you, motherfucker. All the rest of y'all, shout out to all of the good dads in the den. I hope everybody's doing well. And like I said, let's see what we got joining us this evening. And then let's get into some good conversation. Hopefully we get some good confessions in. Like I say, we'll talk about a couple of things. We'll open up the line. I won't talk too long, but sometimes I get a little long-winded. Sometimes, things happen and conversations begin to take place. And yeah, so sometimes I can chat a little bit. It'll be all right. You guys will live. I'm sure you've gone through worse. Maybe not. If you haven't, well, fuck it, lucky you. Miss K Grace 335 in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? The Lady Grace, Mr. Culture, aka Don of the Discord, Jason S. What's the motherfucking deal? Just Sarah. How are you this evening? Let me see. Make sure I'm getting everybody too. 17. What's the motherfucking deal? Every time I see it, the number 17 will never be a normal number for me ever since I saw that. Let me see. Miss Bell, hope all is well, Miss Bell. Lady Licious is here, so, whatever. I mean, if you like that, I guess that's cool. Honorable mention, Kenneth, joining us this evening. How are you doing this evening, young man? Let's see. Sweetberry. Not so sweet of the berries. I mean, that's false advertisement, that. Yeah, it's terrible. Let me see. Desolate Frost, what's the motherfucking deal, gentlemen? How are you guys this evening? Hope all is well. And if I believe, let's see, D the Gamma, what's the motherfucking deal? Shauna Tony, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. King Jaja, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. John, my favorite New Yorker, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Let me see. Hey, look, man, if I missed you. You said roommate took your shirt over. That's crazy. That's funny. Pineapple mango shrimp. Interesting. Sounds delicious. Sounds like quite tasty. So a couple of things have happened. And if I miss you again, like I said, if I miss you, I didn't dish you. I just may have overlooked you. I don't know. I don't think I did it on purpose. I don't try to do anybody like that. Let's see. So you had Juneteenth take place, right? And there was that. And then and then you had Father's Day today. Maybe because I wasn't really on social media too much today. But how about you guys? You know the thing I hate to see more than anything on like fucking Father's Day? And this is like something that tells you a lot about women in general. Okay, this is not each and every one of y'all, and I know women get mad at they're attacking us, Honcho. You never attack the man. Um, like I never see on Mother's Day, I never see single fathers come out and say, "Oh, I'm the mama and the daddy." Shout out to our Alabama den folk. I'm the mama and the daddy. I got to do it all. You don't ever hear anybody say that. But on fucking Father's Day, you see, like, why? How's it like I'm the mama and the daddy? Well, no, you're not. You're just a mom with, a lot of responsibilities. A job that should be being done by two, being done by one, unfortunately. It is what it is. And I mean, if men did say that on Mother's Day, I'd call them stupid too, but you just don't see that because you don't. Imagine the backlash that would happen from that. But again, the other way around is okay. And so, but I haven't seen that. I wonder if people have been, and again, maybe, I don't know, like I said, maybe I haven't been paying attention, but I'm not actually, I guess I'm amongst friends, I guess, on social media in the sense of like people I knew or I've known personally, and so maybe most of the people on my Facebook that I actually use are like them folks. So, y'all aren't crazy like that. Most of y'all aren't crazy like that. But so I haven't really seen that. So there's that. It's just a weird thing. Like, and it bothers the fuck out of me. Like, why can't you just, have Mother's Day? Like, why do you want why are you so desperate for credit, on Father's Day? Like, are you really? And I mean, I know moms are just like not really that great of moms. You know what I'm saying? And they'll say shit like this. It's like, you in the club, your kids at grandma's house. You basically pulling up. They call you by your first name. They call grandma mama. If you don't see an issue with that, well, there's that. But like, you got just people who are just so thirsty for credit in any form or fashion, any way that they can get it. And to me, it's fucking disgusting, right? It's just disgusting. Make sure you hit that like button. You hit the like button; it's greatly appreciated. The like button likes you back. So there's that whole situation. Make sure you're following all the proper social medias. Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. Same name, different platforms. Den Show Live on Facebook. What is it? If you want to have any other links to the channel, they're all in the description for all platforms. If you want to get some merch, there are links there. If you want to support the channel, there are many platforms. Links are there. All the social media links are there. And then the physical address is there. I gotta fucking update the PO box, right? Because it's far. Anyway, so Juneteenth, I saw some weird shit, right? And this is what's gonna happen. This is, I think. See, what I try to do as the host of the Den Show, right? Because I do want to create a platform that is inclusive of everyone's opinion, whether we agree or disagree or whatever it may be, or however people feel. I think everybody should be able to speak the way. So that's why I generally try to remain neutral, or I'll kind of let people speak. I try not to intervene in the conversation too much, right? But I don't know if I mentioned it on stream. I think the last stream we had, did we have a stream Thursday? And I'm just saying, it's like everything that's going on, it's just craziness now. So, and I'm thinking, I'm like, should I be more opinionated, if you will? But I'm just thinking, does that deter people, or does it or does it not? again, then people come in. Well, this is it's a platform this way, whatever. But I don't want to. I want everybody to feel like hey, your opinions are welcome, and I want to be able to hear everybody. But because sometimes things just happen, and it's just like sometimes I'm like, man, I really should really go off on this stuff, but I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a lot of crazy shit happening. But anyway, Juneteenth, right? What's going to happen? All of the black people who, you want Juneteenth recognized as a national holiday or whatever, and it's cool. I mean, it's like, I'm not going to say it's a negative, right? But you got to understand there's some things that are going to happen. They're already happening. They happened immediately. I told somebody they would happen the other day, and like I say, it started happening. But basically, Juneteenth is going to be gentrified. Like Juneteenth is going to be like Cinco de Mayo, basically. That's what it's going to be. And you're just going to have to deal with it, right? If it becomes a day off for everybody, like we ain't got to do shit, it's going to be like that, and then motherfuckers start dressing up and doing some weird shit, you're going to be real mad. But you're going to be very upset. Black people are going to be very upset because they're going to start saying the holiday got gentrified. And, it's not what it meant. And, it's going to be real weird, right? But you get what you want. That's what happens. Like, and I've heard people, talking about, the only black people should get that. Like, come on, it doesn't make any sense. It's wild stuff. I saw that. And it's just like, how? Right? Like how? I'm mixed. I gotta bring like a fucking ancestry report to prove, like, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes the things people say behind this shit is like so fucking stupid. But, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Get the holiday. Get as many days off as you can, I guess. I don't know if it's a paid holiday or what, but just expect it. Because I saw a quote-unquote Juneteenth. I saw a Juneteenth celebration on one of these lives, right? And there's like not a single black person in the whole fucking thing. Like I'm talking about, there was like a few hundred people at least there, possibly maybe 1,000 or so. I don't know. But there was a lot of people there. I did not see like a single black person there. And I mean they panned over wide. I'm not sure exactly where it was, but and I'm just like I'm saying it's like it's a day off. Nobody gives a fuck. Like what is Cinco de Mayo? I don't know. I mean, it's not even really like, I don't know, people say it's like Mexican Independence Day, but I don't think that's it. I think it's like something else, right? I don't know. Yeah, I might be wrong. Don't ask me. Let's drink Coronas. Can you buy Coronas anymore? Because their stock like fucking crashed and nobody's buying it anymore. We'll find out. But let me see. Yeah, and that's the crazy thing. Elon Musk gave people the day off without pay. That's funny. Let's see. But see, and that's the thing though, right? Juneteenth though, right? It's like, this is old shit. Like, so now all of a sudden, like I said, just all of the BLM love, right? It's fucking terrible. Oh, man. I saw something. I think it was Joe Brown who said it. That the LGBT AI whatever it is, there's a plus sign in there. I know. Anyway, he's like, they added some more letters, and to the end of that, and it's like BLM, because Black Lives Matter. Because again, it's we all know what it is. It's not. Black Lives Matter has nothing to do with really about black lives. It's more of a alphabet agenda, and I don't know, man. It's just crazy because all of this shit gets associated with it. And again, people think they tried to cancel Joe Rogan or something like that because he said people didn't know if they were martial or something. I didn't even really find out because I'm not gonna hear it. Like, we try to cancel Joe Rogan. He's a national treasure. We're gonna have some problems, right? I'm gonna hit the streets. I'm gonna start rioting. I'm gonna be a one-man fucking riot. And I think if I work hard enough, we can coordinate some effort all around the country. I think there's a reason enough people maybe would support Joe Rogan. But I don't know. Cancel culture is running rampant. There's no vaccine for it. We're all gonna suffer. Let me see. Let's see. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know what else has happened. I don't know. Is anything crazy happened on Father's Day? I'm not sure. I know it seems like sports or some of them are starting to try to retract on some of their statements. Maybe like we're maybe not going to see what we were expecting to see. But we generally don't talk sports in here. But we'll see what's shaking. I was in the damn Discord last night. I had a little bit of road rage. It wasn't normally like me. I was definitely out of character. Shout out to Jason S. who was there while I was expressing my displeasure with the way some of the lines were for some of the local eateries, if you will, and how the traffic was flowing. So, shout out to Mr. Jason S. I feel like there's something I'm supposed to talk about and I'm really missing it. But like I say, it's Sunday night confession, so it's not. I guess usually there's a secondary topic. I don't really have one. I'm not gonna lie. I just kind of wanted to be have us a good conversation, kind of like a freestyle Friday type thing. Not freestyle Friday, a free range Friday. But a couple of things, right? I guess before we do get into this. So no, last week was kind of sloppy. Had some stuff going on. It's the middle of the month, so I guess we won't do it like that. But we're gonna be legit and on time for dance from now on. 9:00 p.m. Central Time. Like I said, I had to get some things in order last week, and I think we're good to go now. So we shouldn't have any issues with that. I'll try again with the loading of the topics early in the week, so that way you can see the live streams early. We know what's going to be coming up. It's something else. It's something damn else. I don't know. Well, like I said, I think if it comes across my mind, then we'll go from there. But like I said, let's have us a good evening. The Last of Us. No, I don't fucking have a PlayStation. I heard it's really been getting some questionable responses to it. So I never played the first one, so I don't even fucking know. That was supposed to be a joke. That was supposed to be a joke, right? Really. About a game everybody's trash, and I'm supposed to be upset about that. Shut the fuck up. What the fuck is wrong with you? Go eat your goddamn cream of wheat. Hello, Heidi. You're here. That'd definitely be bad. I'd hate to, never mind. It's not saying that. Yeah, I'd hate to get into some real road rage in the middle of a fucking den. Because often, I do that often. Sometimes I'm in a car and I have to drive a little bit if it's late in the evening. I'll get in the den Discord and the voice chat. And I think there's been a couple of times people have heard me say some things, but I think last night was especially special. So, when are we going to do Den Folk movie night, right? Like, that I want to get in order, and I also want to know thoughts about karaoke nights in the Discord, right? A couple of things, because I think the Discord has better sound. I think we could set it up in a way where, because, we can actually have music and things. I don't think we have to worry about I don't have to worry about the copyright shit and them blocking out music and doing all kind of weird shit because then they don't play certain videos. So, I mean, if you're not going to really be able to watch the video anyway, I think it may be better if we just do it in the Discord. And then that way people who are normally shy don't have to worry about it being out there forever. And I think it's kind kind of one of those things you better be there, otherwise you miss a real good time. I mean, if you're not in the Den Discord anyway, you're missing out on some good shit. So I definitely suggest you become a part of that. It's a big part of the Den. Like I think there's a, I think there's a subculture of Den folk in there that it's just some interesting stuff going on. But let's fucking open the line. I mean, that's all I got. I have nothing else. Let's just stop wasting fucking time. Let's get into this shit. And when I mean, next week, fucking 9 o'clock, I mean, look, about 2 minutes of fucking the music at most. I know some people like the music. Some people like, fuck that music. Let's get the fucking show started. Honcho, you fucking ass. So I'm thinking this is how we rock. Maybe like 2 minutes of music. And then the stream will start. That way it'll give people time. Sometimes I think the notifications don't go out to some people until, the show actually goes live. So I think that's how we'll rock with it. And then after that, so I don't have you fucking waiting here for forever. Give me one moment. Let me get the line open. I forgot all about that. I'm sure anybody fired. That's funny. Discord is a meeting place with the alt-right and other haters. No, I would say absolutely not. Discord has had some of the most interesting, there's been some great conversations on the Den line, right? I mean, as far as when we've done like three-way calls, or even between, me and callers. But I think the Discord, it's almost like a group therapy type thing, because you have so many, so many people can kind of listen and chime in and then, contribute to whatever it may be. And then sometimes you may have 2 or 3 people who, on one side, 2 or 3 people on the other, and it's usually a good back and forth. Or maybe 2 main participants and, have a disagreement that they need to hash out. But I think that the discussion, especially with so many people from different backgrounds, even with a lot of people having a lot of similarities, I think it gives people a lot of understanding. I think that's almost kind of I won't say the real point of the Den, but like I said, the point is to be able to allow people to have a place, even though they may not agree with others, to express themselves and speak freely. A lot of that does take place in the Den Discourse. So if you're missing out on that, you might want to be a part of it. And a lot of trash talking and comedy takes place there too. And then there are also some questionable things. Surgeon General's warning: don't enter the Discord unless you're ready. Let's see. It's a funny world we live in. All right, let me get I'm fucking talking all this shit. Let me fucking log in to the damn thing. So, shit. Well, what are y'all doing? Oh man. I don't know. I guess I never really hear it. Excuse me. I actually never hear the music because I don't listen to that part of the stream. But it's crazy because I just imagine it playing without hearing. I haven't heard that song in months actually, and I just see that screen and imagine the fucking song playing. Alright, damn it, what happened? Okay, let me put the number up. Bow. That's the number. Call the deadline. Let's talk about some shit. Whatever's on your mind, Sunday Night Confess. Confess some shit. Talk about some shit. And get it off your chest. What's been going on in your world? Who's going to confess? Who's going to bless the confession line this evening? Why has it been so long since we've had a Sunday Night Confession? Are you all, everybody keeping secrets? It's been quarantine. You've been cooped up. You're dealing with a lot of shit. Some of you have been on lockdown for a long time, depending on where you're at. you need to get these things off of your chest. You need to call into the den line. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den line this evening?
Hey, it's Belle. How are you?
I'm doing well, Miss Bell. How are you this evening?
Good. I'm getting a little reverb. Okay, I'm fine. I'm doing good, actually. It was a nice, quiet day. Down to one child at home now. Yay! Found out the sex of my brand new grandchild. I'm going to have a granddaughter in December.
Okay. Are you excited about that?
I am. So, my confession. I like the fact that they're promoting the African American films on Netflix and on Prime, because I saw a couple of them that I probably wouldn't have had it gone any other way. And I think that that's a good thing. I mean, you don't mix the comedy in with the horror, so it should have its own category. And I think that's pretty cool.
Okay. So, is there any particular movie that you may have watched that you may not have caught otherwise that was actually that you enjoyed?
You are breaking up like crazy. What?
I said, of the new movies that you may have been introduced to, is there one that you particularly enjoyed?
Yeah, I watched Madam C.J. Walker.
The one on Netflix?
Yep.
The like kind of mini-series, mini-part thing?
Yeah, that was actually really good.
I had some personal issues with that particular series, but that's good. I mean, if you liked it, I don't want to knock it. So, but that's cool. Okay.
Well, okay, it's subjective, and it's never going to be perfect about what exactly went on back then. But the fact that it was an all-black cast, I thought that was terrific. There was definitely some dramatic moments in it. I didn't look at it necessarily as a quote-unquote true story. They took a lot from it, but it wasn't exact. And a friend of mine had said that it wasn't exact.
Yeah, they had they took some artistic liberties with the story, in my opinion. But that's cool though. Okay. So, what is next now that you know you're going to be a grandma, or and that's actually a couple of months away. It's going to happen faster than we think. 'Cause it seems like everything happens that way. What are you most looking forward to about that?
Just being able to hold her and then let the parents do the diaper changes.
Okay.
I don't miss doing diaper changes. I don't miss the crying. I get to do the fun stuff. I get to hold her and get to just be there and just watch my son be a grown-up. Watch him come into his own as being a parent.
Okay. So do you think that you'll treat the grandchild differently than your own children?
I'm sorry, what did you say? I'm not wicked breaking up on this one.
I said, do you think that you'll treat your grandchild differently than you used to treat your children?
I think I am, and I'll tell you why. And this is what I've always heard and I understand, is that when we have children, we practice on them so we get it right for the grandchildren. At least some of us do. My mom was a much better grandmother than she was a mother. Not to say that she wasn't a great parent, because she was. But she was a much better grandparent because she had a handle on it.
Okay.
So needless to say, it would be like that. And hopefully I can just be a good side person for them, just to watch them grow their family out.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I have. Well, did you do anything for Juneteenth?
I think it should be celebrated. I think that it's an important marker. How they deal with it on the federal and the state level is still yet to be determined, even though it's there. If they make it an actual holiday with kids having been out of school, I don't know if it's even at that point yet. And Cinco de Mayo, I don't think anybody ever had school off for that. But it was an acknowledgement. But it was also from Mexico. That wasn't an American historical thing. And I could be wrong, and I've been known to be wrong. People will let me know if I'm wrong. But if I'm not mistaken, Cinco de Mayo is primarily a Mexican holiday.
Yes.
But we celebrate it here in the States. As I was saying with the Juneteenth, I think that it's a really important commemorative day, just like 4th of July, just like there's a few other ones. But to what extent of having a vacation or a day off or tribute, I'm not sure. I don't have that kind of a thought process on that. You did say something earlier that I kind of wanted to veer over to, though. You were talking about how single parents sometimes get to feel thirsty about wanting credit for being mom and dad.
Yes.
I don't disagree with you on all of it. As a person who raised 2 kids by myself because their dad was in long-term care for 10 years, I had both hats, even though I was only the mom. And so, that being said, it's frustrating when they get credit for being the dad, which they are, but there are deadbeat dads out there, and some of those moms do go above and beyond. And so it's frustrating when good parents get trivialized. And that's sort of all I have to say about that.
Okay.
And I don't think you're wrong. I mean, you have your opinion because there are definitely some ratchet women that, do some ratchet shit, just like there are other people. Am I playing the fence? Not so much. I'm just trying to say that there are 2 sides to the fence. And am I a perfect parent? Oh, hell no, I'm not a perfect parent. Ask my kids, they'll tell you. But I'm there for them. So, anyway, I'm probably gone above and beyond my 10 minutes, so I'm going to let you go. And, by the way, did you have a happy Dad's Day?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully we'll have a much better week than last week, and we'll just keep moving forward.
Absolutely. We shall. Okay. Well,
All right.
Miss Bell, the bell has rung. Class is in session, and I appreciate you getting the denline jumped off this evening.
All right. Hey, sometimes it's great to be first, and other times it's okay to be later on.
I agree. Sometimes, you want to be first. Sometimes, depending on the topic of conversation, cause can get a little windy. But we're gonna work on that. So I appreciate it.
Well, I just like to get it over and done with because if I fall asleep or somebody gets a little too long-winded or I don't want to wait, so that's just me being impatient as hell. It's not because I have to. It's because I'm just impatient. Anyway, I gotta go. Y'all have a good night and can't wait to hear from everybody else.
All right. You have a good evening, Miss Bell. Thank you for calling in.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Shout out to Miss Bell. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Yo, Honcho, Frost here.
Frost, what's the motherfucking deal, Mr. Frost? How are you doing this evening, sir?
Good, sir. Good, sir.
Okay. What's on your mind?
I see we got Sunday night confession, and like I said, one of my confessions. I'm one of those type of people where it's like, I know. Look, I recall what you said earlier that pretty much you try to remain that in this thing you try to remain neutral to certain situations so everyone will have a platform. But given the society that we live in nowadays, it's kind of hard to be neutral. Because regardless of what you do, what you say, somebody's always going to throw a hissy fit.
I agree. Absolutely.
So on I have one on, like I said, on one confession one confession I mostly want to get to is that, like I said, it's pretty much, like I said, nowadays it's pretty sad how people always, how people always choose to, that while when people, it's always comes up like when people have a problem, or like problem or a situation that they have some, it's really sad how people choose social media over law enforcement.
That's actually very interesting. So why do you think people operate like that?
I'm sorry, what was that?
So why do you think people make that choice? Why do you think people operate like that?
Yes, but look, here's the thing. Like I said, look, it's completely understandable why people do it, because it's good to make other people aware of a certain thing or person that does something to you. In some ways it really kind of comes across as the person going, something horrible has just happened to me, and so I could simply go to the cops or file a police report, but no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to hold this in and one day just expose them on social media.
But do you feel like, is it because sometimes people have done this and maybe it gotten results? Do you think that's why people think that's the way to go instead of maybe a more reasonable manner?
In some ways it can be reasonable, but a more reasonable thing is, if someone, like I said, if someone has done, if someone has done something to you and you even, if someone has done something to you and you have proof, it's best to call the cop.
Yeah, I would say so. But I mean, but what is it? Because as black folks, there's a relationship between black people and cops, and we already know. Everybody says no snitching, stop snitching. This, that, and the third. Well, what do you think it would take for that relationship to be healed, so that maybe when we're speaking specifically about black people, would feel comfortable having that conversation with the police? I think other races are more open to utilizing law enforcement services than black people are.
Yes, and that I say yes, and that yes, and that is yes, and that is yes, and of course that is for obvious reasons. Because because like I said, this may sound a bit like offhand, but my only thing is, like I said, I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer in the whole innocent until proven guilty things, because there's always two sides to the story. But more often than not, it's always innocent until proven guilty. But if you're a man accused by a woman, it's always guilty until proven innocent.
Absolutely, 100%. And that's the thing. And even if you go to court and you disprove and you win and you can prove that you were innocent, that stain still lingers on your name, because I don't know what it is that, even though sex sells in America, and we're a society that, everything you see, every product you see is all about sex. But when people actually find out that a person is having sex with somebody that they're, not married to, or whatever it is, and again, then people start looking down on like they're doing something bad, but they're doing the same shit everybody else is doing. But like I say, when you find out a situation wasn't rape, people still look at that person or look at that male in a bad way. And usually the female's name is never put out there, so you don't ever really know who it was. And so this guy has his reputation damaged for nothing. So it's the rape thing is a real crazy thing.
You're exactly right. And like I said, I don't mean to call. Like I said, I don't mean to call. I don't mean to call like all women liars when they go through stuff. I don't mean to call all women liars when they go through stuff. It's because if something happens to you, that person deserves to go down and hard. But then go down and hard. But then again, most cases that are either on social media or reported are pretty much a result of scoring past or crazed blames.
Yeah. And like you said, there's that saying, there's no wrath like a woman scorned, or something like that. But it's just a bad deal. And again, I mean, it's hard to kind of protect yourself. I mean, you got to really be on top of all of these things to just, I mean, you just never know. I mean, you see it happening all the time. Professor Trill, I don't know where he's at, but he sent me something very interesting about a lady who went out and did some shenanigans, a married woman, who went out to the bar because she was mad at her husband. And, she went out and ended up having an affair. And then, the husband found out about it, wants a divorce. And now she's going to, holler rape because, she has a, prenup, but I guess a clause in it to her, if she's unfaithful. And so it's just like now it went from, one story to another. And again, so it's just crazy. Like, in retrospect, people could even go back and say, oh, well, I didn't feel good about it now, 3 months later. I'm going to say that person raped me. It's so much crazy stuff going on with that shit.
Yes, dude. Yes. So Honcho, like I said, pretty much before I end this, like I said, this is a confession. Like I said, this pretty much just one confession I want to touch on, because you see, just the other day, I was skimming through my Facebook timeline, and then there was this one post. There was this one post that I said that got me a little bit triggered, because there was this woman who, this wasn't sarcastic. There was this woman who just straight up said, black women are honestly fighting 3 pandemics: COVID-19, police brutality, and black men.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that mostly kind of got me triggered, is because the question I always ask is, like I said, why is the media so upset? Why is the media so obsessed with making all black men look like women abusing monsters?
I mean, it's part of the narrative. I mean, you gotta understand, it's there. When you look at these groups and you look at all these things, there is no place for the black man. The liberal side of things doesn't really support the family ideal. They're not into that structure. It's kind of they want to abolish the nuclear family. I think we can talk about looking at the other side of the aisle, but that's an issue for a lot of black people. And then you have these issues within your own. I mean, you're just talking about racially and non-politically. Like you mentioned, the war between the black woman and the black man. I think you have particular people who have certain interests that would be served by separating the two, especially getting the black woman to deviate from the black man, who are promoting these ideas. And you got a lot of women eating this shit up. But it's like, again, we can talk about feminism and the big part that plays in deteriorating the minds of people, but it's just so much bullshit that's being fed, and people are angry and they don't know where to direct their anger. And so they're just taking up anything and believing anything as an excuse for why they're upset. That's really what it comes down to.
Yes, I said yes. That pretty much is what it comes. Yes, that pretty much is what it comes down to. And plus, look, my whole thing is basically, look, I don't look, like I said, look, I am in no way excusing some of the horrible bastards that there are in this world, because, like I said, people who do horrible things to women do deserve what they're coming through. But my whole thing is basically, I do not stand for double standard bullshit. Like for example, now this is like, if a man says anything about his woman, it's always like, oh, you're a sellout, oh, you don't appreciate our black queens. But yet nowadays women can just go around trashing men. Women can just go around trashing men all they want, even if it's undeserved. In my opinion, that is absolute horseshit.
I agree. I mean, I think everybody should equally be able to shit on everybody, and that's the thing. Like again, but the thing about it again, like you said, people just looking for reasons to go and be upset about it. And women are mad at whatever reason. They take that out on the men. It's something that the man did to them. When in reality, they just have bad taste, and it's probably somebody in their family, whoever raised them, that they should be more upset with than members of the opposite sex.
Yeah, sure, right. I said pretty much. Yeah, sure, right. Yes, you're right. And Honcho, like I said, pretty much. And I pretty much just leave everybody with this. And this is, like I said, pretty much ever since the dawn of time and up to now, the sad reality fact that is that as pretty even with the George Floyd thing, the sad fact is that basically as a black man, no matter how good you are, no matter how good you do, it's just not gonna be good enough. People are always gonna find something wrong. Even after you dead, they always wanna find some stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's just a harsh reality. You may be a good person, but somebody's always going to drag it in through the mud. Thanks for the call, Honch, and happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
All right. Well, Mr. Frost, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts with us this evening, man. You have a good evening.
You too. All right, bye.
All right, appreciate it. All right, shout out to Mr. Frost, man. It's a wild world we're living in, man. Like it's really crazy. I don't know. Like I say, I know there was the Trump rally TikTok thing that took place. There's that whole shenanigan. It's just so much off the wall. Again, like I said the last time, I'm to the point where I almost don't care. I'm just here to observe. What was that fucking movie? The fucking security guard. Observe and report. So I'm here to observe and report, like the fucking security guard movie. I observe some shit. Let me come to the den and report about it. That's basically where we're at now. It's just crazy shit. Like people are so. I don't know. Everybody's just in a rage for a lot of shit. I'm not an angry person, right? I'm not mad about anything. Not anything like externally, I guess, like that. Or at anybody. And so it's just crazy, to see all the finger pointing, but like in the meantime it's just opportunities are just opening up all over the place, and if you just kind of open your eyes and see some things, I mean, it's crazy. We're like living in a crazy time. So let's get some confessions in. We got something to confess. This is a Sunday night confessions. Now, all of y'all wild, crazy talking den folk, living the lives that you've lived, are trying to tell me that you don't have one confession deep down, something that you've never told anybody, that you've been wanting to get off your chest for some time. And, hey, look, you never know. You might fuck. I'm not wishing this on anybody, knock on wood. You might fuck around, stumble into the wrong grocery store, walk down the wrong aisle. Somebody might have just coughed. You catch a little Rona. You might never get to share that confession. You might as well share it tonight. Hey, no time like the present. I don't know if anybody's on hold. If you are, you may have to hang up and call back. Like I said, there are no calls coming through the line. I know sometimes it does that. So if you're trying to call, if you're waiting, just a heads up. Let me see, what else? What else was it? I don't know. So, but yeah, there was the rally deal. I guess with the TikTok thing, a bunch of people bought tickets, or made it seem like a bunch of people trying to get tickets, and then fucking it turned out, I guess the turnout was lower than expected or some shit. But again, it's not gonna do nothing now. Again, like I say, y'all don't. It's gonna. Well, actually, I think the next rally or whatever he has, if he has another one, it's gonna tell you something, because depending on the turnout, I think that tells you what people are thinking. What the? I was doing good. I was trying to avoid reading the comments from time to time, right? I'm trying to work on that. But I mean, I don't want to do it because there's always so many good gems in the comments. There's always very good points, but there's always crazy things that people are saying that I shouldn't be reading on a live stream. And yeah, I was doing a good job with it. I just so happened to look and. All right, Mike Rock. I mean, hey, it is what it is. It's 2020. Do you? Yeah, I don't even know what's happening anymore. But, oh yeah. But yeah, like I said, so it's let's see. We want to look what happened. Let's see what's going on here. Trauma man. But yeah, well, yeah, looking at that and reading some crazy stuff. Hold on, one second, I'm trying to click and do all that. But yeah, so definitely, it's just like it's definitely a bad deal. You look at certain things and it gets crazy. See, this is what happens. This is why we haven't been having as many Sunday night confessions. I know people have been asking, to bring them back, but whenever it comes time, to step up to the plate, nobody wants to confess. Do I have to go put on the whole church get up again? Do I have to go, pastor, preacher, reverend, deacon, what is it? Rabbi, some other shit. I gotta do that whole thing. It's like 9 little fucking weird names, brother or something. I don't know. Do I have to do that again to get confessions? Where is V Darko? Right? I've seen her pop up here and there. Over the last few weeks or so. V Darko used to always call in with some great confessions. Very, very interesting confessions. Who else used to have some good confessions? AV used to always have some good confessions. AV still probably has one of the funniest stories to me. And I don't know if anybody remembers was it the first Sunday night confession that we did? If so, I'm going to have to go back and find it. Yeah, because that was a fucking amazing call. Yeah, so I mean that's pretty. It's not nearly enough. That's pretty crazy. I guess I see what we're gonna have to do here. Talk about the fucking crazy TikTok thing. There's something else that I was just thinking about, and again, it slipped my fucking mind. Okay. Does it even show up? I don't know if you get to see that. But, like I said, it's just a situation where by doing that, you may have strengthened the response of, how the Trump base, responds to the next rally. If they don't respond very well, then I think maybe, just maybe, that might not be that good of a sign for Trump. But I think that if they do kind of turn out, and at the next rally it is, full. You know, I think it may be interesting. And it's also crazy how the different networks, right? The different networks. How they respond to the same thing, right? Yep, you know that L, I don't even know that's what that is, or how that got there. Somebody took L. But, you know, you have them, and they, again, like they that's all it is. It's fucking bullshit. It's like they're the same story, but they just give you two different fucking sides of the same shit, but not in the sense of, hey, you know, here's two different perspectives, but like, we're trying to feed you two entirely different plates of bullshit. And so it's almost like, whatever happened to just being straight up about what's happening, what's going on, no filler, no fluff, no extra shit, just reporting on what's taking place. But now, like I said, everything has to have a spin to it, everything has to have some form of agenda. And that may be the thing. Maybe it's the agenda that I think I'm tired of. Like, I don't. Maybe I need to have an agenda. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I'm not. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's not about me having a problem with people who have. Maybe I just need to have my own agenda to start plotting and scheming on whatever the fuck. Oh shit. Hold on. I think I just missed a call. See, it would be. You know, it would be somebody's particular timing as soon as I, oh, okay, that's what happened. It would be somebody's particular time in the call as soon as I, you know, stepped away from the screen of the dilly-dally, right? You know, so to that individual, whomever that may have been, feel free to call back and I will make sure to take your call this time. A little thing. That's why I wasn't seeing it, because the little screen just fucking went out. I shouldn't take this call though, but I will. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What's up, Honcho? What is?
Hello, Lady Licious.
Hi.
How are you this evening?
I'm doing good. I need to hear your confession because you was looking dead at the screen when I called, and for some reason, you just didn't happen to see me calling and stuff. What the hell you looking?
What?
Did you not hear what I said?
Hold on. First, just because Lady Licious be talking trash, I'm going to disavow that statement.
I confess to being here the whole time.
No, I didn't.
And now
No,
I'm
you're not
going to
wrong.
sleep
You're hurt.
after
You're
I
hurt.
peruse through eBay. Happy Father's Day to Prepaid, Broderick, and the rest of the fathers. Hash nobody 2020, hashtag ho ass honcho,
That's not
hashtag
how it
feed
works.
Scotty, hashtag fuck port natchez.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing fine. Yeah, thank you, Professor Trill. Appreciate the love. I know Trill be lurking. See, that's the thing. Trill be lurking. That's why you just got to talk about him a little bit, just to let him know. We know. But how are you, Miss Lady Licious? How was your day today?
It's good. Man, ever since they did whatever they did a couple of days ago with the phone and stuff.
You got T-Mobile?
Nothing bad. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they put some trackers on y'all. Y'all done, son. It's a wrap for y'all. I don't even
Is that what that is?
I don't even know if I should be talking.
Can you hear me?
I'm probably getting tracked right now just talking to you. They might be hitting me the virus through the phone. No, yeah, I can hear you just fine. I'm fucking with you. So my thing is this. So how did you celebrate Father's Day today?
Well, sadly, he had to go to work today. And I got a little plan, you know what I'm saying, when he come home that I'm getting prepared for.
It's going down. Hold up. Please, Scotty. You know, Scotty is well fed. I don't know if y'all saw me the picture I posted a few days ago on the gram. He was standing up and he was fat as hell. Scotty is overweight. The vet told me so. So I got to put him on a diet. And then I've been feeding him that fucking blue buffalo shit, and I heard that shit I just found out that shit's bad and caused some kind of fucking heart condition, so he ain't eating that shit no more. Okay, so you got a little secret something planned for the after work Father's Day festivities. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. So other than that, you know, what are your thoughts on how people have been handling Juneteenth? Do you have any opinion on that?
No, I know nothing about that, so I'm not even going to comment.
Really? You don't know anything about Juneteenth? Of all the Negroes you've been hanging around in your entire life, you've never been to a Juneteenth celebration?
Nope.
Really?
Really?
Have you ever heard of Juneteenth around?
I didn't even know it was a thing until I seen it on Facebook.
Wow.
Like this year. So wasn't that something that I didn't know that was something that's been going on like for a while? I honestly didn't know.
Terrible. I'm gonna have to put some restrictions on your black card. So here's my thing.
You know what I'm saying? That was my confession.
Well, that's terrible. Terrible.
No,
terrible.
okay, but seriously. So my confession is because somebody suggested that I guess role playing is very hot right now.
Is that's what's happening in the streets?
Yeah, well, somebody was talking about, because we were in the Discord and they were saying that role playing, I think you might have said something about it too, but it's like fun or whatever, and I cannot get into it. Like, I just think it's so fucking corny, but I figured I would try something new, so it might be a good thing. I may get my ass whooped. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because he might just be like, oh, shit, surprise. You know, and just be like all into it. Or I might get my ass whooped and be like, where the fuck did you get that from?
Okay. I mean, as long as you ain't putting on no afro wig and, acting like Foxy Brown or some shit, I think you'll be all right.
Nah, actually, I was trying to do something with the dominoes thing,
Oh, okay.
But I can't. Yeah, but we don't have parts like y'all, so it ain't like I could put a dick in a box, like y'all could. So I was trying to figure out.
Well, carry on.
Oh, okay. So I was trying to figure out, that I could use my, my boobs somehow. And I figured maybe putting that shit in maybe the Swiss box, because I can't put it in the pizza box, because my boobs don't flatten out, so that's not going to work. So the next best thing, I guess, would be like the twist box. What box I'm talking about?
I'm not quite sure about the twist box. No.
Yeah, well, it's not the sandwich or wing box. It's a little bit bigger than that. It's like the cheesy bread box. If anybody knows what I'm talking about. But then I'm gonna have to use two. Maybe put one fit in each box. So that's so happy that I'm about to use this. It's gonna work. I'm telling you. I got the hot bag. I got the uniform. Say that.
I'm rooting for you. That's all I know. I'm rooting for it. I'm rooting for you.
Okay, I appreciate it because, like I said, hopefully it goes good and he appreciate it and not whoop my ass that I got this idea from another dude.
No, I think it'll be cool. I think that don't say you got the idea from another dude. Just say you had an idea and felt like being creative. we just simply planted the seed. It's not like we said, hey, go dress up and do the dominoes thing. You came up with that part on your own. We just simply planted a seed and you overheard in conversation. But my thing is just...
Yes, I don't know what else to do, because I asked him, I was like, damn, what do you want for Father's Day? Because everything he wants, he pretty much gets himself, he pretty much gets it himself. Like, he's impatient. If he wants this, he got some kind of, that motherfucker gonna get it. And it's like, damn, well, what do you want? Well, he's like, pussy. That's it. Just,
well, I think
good old steak.
Well, I think if that's the case, and the fact that you're doing something different and new, I think he'll definitely enjoy it. The fact that you made an effort to do something a little bit different, I think he'll appreciate it.
I hope so. That's what's up. So, with that being said, do you have anything to ask me before I get off? Because I gotta finish putting this together.
I'm not gonna hold you up. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
I'll let you know how it went in the Discord.
Yeah. I'll be there waiting to hear all about it.
All right. Well, happy Father's Day to, I know it's like after 12 o'clock or shit like that. Happy belated Father's Day. I hope you know what I'm saying, got recognition for doing your duty and that stuff right there. And all right, y'all. See y'all later. Y'all have a blessed one.
All right. Well, Miss Lady Lisa, I hope everything works out for you, and we'll talk to you later. You have a good evening.
All right, you too.
All right. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to address after that call. We're thinking about logistics here, but I guess, I don't know. I definitely got to commend her for the effort. But I think as a dude, we look at things differently. And so I think he'll definitely appreciate the effort that you're doing, the fact that you're doing something different, especially if you're going out on a limb and just trying to spice it up some. It'll definitely be appreciated. It ain't got to be perfect. Don't even trip on it being perfect, but I think, the effort is what'll make it A+. Everything else is just, whatever. So that is that is funny. That is funny. Oscar, what's the motherfucking deal? Banana trick before donkey trick. That was terrible. Yeah, so it's just it's I don't know. I don't know what kind of calls I expected to receive this evening. I'm definitely hoping to hear about some confessions and things like that. But that was the last thing I was expecting to hear. But shout out to Miss Lady Licious. We're rooting for you here in the den. Couple things going on. Let's see. Who got canceled? Anybody get canceled? We talked about them trying to cancel J. Cole and Kendrick. I think we talked about them trying to cancel Rogan. We're not even going to get into that. That's just not going to happen. I won't accept that. Who else? We talked about the other rapper, Megan Thee Stallion chick, who's actually a better rapper than Megan Thee Stallion, so, good for them. And it's going to be interesting to see how that all pans out, because I think we'll find out soon. I don't know, man. Like I said, I really don't. I'm just trying to see who's going to confess. Who's going to bless and confess? It's been quite some time. I think actually Lady Licious just raised the bar. She might have made it difficult. But again, or maybe, just maybe, if you were kind of on the brink of confessing, I mean, that should give you courage to confess right there. You know, she came out and shared something very interesting. You can do the same thing too. Football, what's the motherfucking deal? Taco Bell got canceled? What? Man, did y'all see fucking the Pizza Hut nostalgia shit? That shit was like, that's what Twitter was built for. That's the type of shit that's the type of content I'm here for. The fucking little personal pan pizzas, them bitches were great. Like the fucking little book club, like they were showing like all this old throwback fucking Pizza Hut shit. Like I remember all that shit. Like you used to like do something if you got like, I think straight A's or some shit or whatever you got. You used to get like little fucking pizza hookup things. Used to fuck them little pizzas up. Which used to be badass. I don't even know if they still make them. It was little fucking like 4-slice pizzas or whatever. Which were good. Them fucking cups from the buffet. Like all kind of shit, right? Pizza still has a personal pan? Awesome. I'll never eat that bitch again. Kind of man do I look like eating personal pan? I'm not a personal pan man. I'm a big pizza man. I eat large pizzas, extra large if offered. So you know, my whole deal is just like we just live in a crazy world, and at this point, like I don't know. So I did a mixer last night. Shout out to 335 for being there. And like I said, I was just thinking about the den and you know, how this thing has been. I kind of briefly mentioned it, diving into it earlier on. But I don't know. It's just like so many upset people and so much complaining going on. I'm tired of it. I don't know. I mean, I guess we can point fingers and laugh at it. It is what it is. It's just like, I don't know. I watched and it's actually on YouTube, and I recommend it. If you like stand-up, and I don't know who likes stand-up comedy, right? But then again, depending on your political beliefs, if you're a politically driven person, and you know, that kind of is the forefront of how you operate, and I know a lot of people are right now, it might not be the thing for you. But Roy Wood of The Daily Show, so that should definitely tell you, you know, which way he leans. Had a pretty good stand-up. It was pretty funny. I thought it was pretty funny. So, if you have not seen that, I suggest that you do. Like I said, it's on YouTube, about 40 minutes, but like I said, it's pretty funny. It's pretty fucking funny. Yeah, I think Roy Wood Jr., I think this is his name? Junior? I don't know if he's Junior. But, all the fucking McDonald's pizzas, terrible. Yeah, he's pretty funny. Oh, he said some funny shit. But he said this. I want to say the joke. All right, I want to say the joke, but it's such a good joke. Like if you're actually gonna watch the special, you're actually gonna watch stand up. I don't want to ruin it. So I don't know how many people here are actually gonna watch it. So I don't want to ruin it. So I'm not gonna say it. But he said some things during that stand up that were pretty fucking funny. And then when he was talking about, he talked about the Titanic, and that shit was really fucking funny. So, yeah. Yeah, McDonald's, like, diving into other things outside of burgers and fries is a no-go, bro. It's a no. It's going to be a no for me, okay? So, but again, I don't know. I got to debate because, like I said, you know, I would share a confession if we got some good confessions in. Maybe I should maybe I have to have a number. I think I have to have 3 good confessions, right? Lady Licious gave us 1, right? If we get 2 more good confessions in, then I guess I'll share my Sunday night confession this evening. Terrible. My whole thing is like, I've never got the noose hanging thing. Like, I don't get the threat thing. Like, I'm gonna do something bad to you real soon, eventually. Unless you change your ways, then I'll give you the option to, do that, and I won't do those bad things because I'm such a good person. It's just like, just do it. Like, fuck the threat part. The threat is like wasted energy, right? Just fucking do it. Why even give them a heads up? Just do it. I don't get that. Like, do people really do that? Like, people make threats like, I'm gonna come and get you, watch your back, asshole. Just go get them. Like, no. Anyway, except I don't know, the hanging of the noose is like, fuck all the hanging. Just go use it. Go do that shit. Like, fuck all the idle bullshit. Oh, it's fucking rope hang there. I'm afraid. No, I'm not. Don't give a shit unless you're gonna get active with it. Like, fuck that. But, again, it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, we get 3 good confessions, but we'll work it out. And I would say maybe, depending if we get 2 pretty good ones, and then maybe just don't quite get that 3, maybe count the J Dizzle super chat confession. What the fuck was that? The J Dizzle super chat confession. We may include that, so we'll see. So let's hear all 3. All 3 what? Yeah, we need 3 confessions from the people. I'll pin you out. That's fine. But like I said, it's a wild, wild world that we live in. And we're just at a point where just take advantage of the opportunities. Like, again, there's definitely some opportunity happening. There's definitely there's a significant shift in. I don't want to say there's a shift in wealth. People who just had the money are gonna make more money because they're set up and prepared for shit like this. Again, like I said, it's just a crazy situation. I talked about being more consistent with the den. Upcoming the following weeks and things. So we'll kind of maybe get into that. Not that fucking went out. What else? I feel like there's some other things I'm supposed to be discussing, but no, I don't know. Swinging away from the gallows. The McFlurry is like the most hoe-ass piece of shit, Because let's talk about the fake ice cream things that you got, right? You got fucking McFlurry. You got a fucking Blizzard. You got Sonic has the fucking Blast, right? Okay, the Blizzard is number 1. Like, nothing's fucking with the Blizzard. Like, y'all can kiss my ass if you disagree. The Blizzard is number 1. It's like the best of the fucking little thingies, right? Because they're not really shakes, so we're not talking about shakes. So you come to such a better shake. Well, fuck that. These aren't shakes we're talking about. We're talking about fake ice cream thingy things. So it's like the fucking Dairy Queen Blizzard, then the I just forgot the Dairy Queen Blizzard, the fucking damn it, I forgot the Sonic Blast, and then the fucking McFlurry. And you say, well, why the McFlurry is last? Like, I think how many flavors does McFlurry have? I know they have the M&Ms. I know they have the Oreo. Everybody has like the fucking Oreo shit. But I don't know if they have any other flavors. One, I think because they are limited in flavors or little sprinkly shits. Because I think they might have 2 other ones. I can't remember. But I know they're still like the least. And 2, like, when you stir that fucking shit up, it never gets spread around fucking evenly, right? I mean, none of them do, but it's like the McFlurry has like the worst cookie extra shit distribution, ratio, proportions, situational projections of all the fucking fake ice cream things, right? All right, hold on, we'll come back to that. Remember that, fake ice cream, we'll bring that back. What's the motherfucking deal? We got, excuse me, calling into the den this evening.
Hey, it's your boy Josh again, man.
Hello, Josh. How are you this evening, sir?
Okay. I'm doing okay.
Okay. Well, what's on your mind this evening, sir?
First things first, has anybody told you Happy Father's Day?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So half all say coming from me then.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about high school or not. You still anyone making an impact in a kid's life needs to be celebrated.
Yes, yes, yes. And I mean, and I look around on the interwebs and I see sometimes in some places I have sons. So, hey, happy Father's Day to me for that. I'm just talking shit. But appreciate it nonetheless. What about you, Josh? What about those kids you're neglecting and not paying child support for that you left in Miami? And I think you had some down in South Padre. What about those children that you left after all those spring vacations?
Man, you still on that? I don't have any kids.
Yeah, you abandoned some children out there. I heard the stories. I know what's going on. I got people. Yeah. I had people watching you, Josh, so they told me, your actions and your activities. And right now, they're looking to sue you because you're really being a deadbeat. And I don't appreciate that. So you gotta be a man. You gotta man up, go take care of those kids, Josh.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's okay. So now I get it. So you think my confession that I'm about to say right now is that I have secret kids like Dre?
I mean, it could be. It could be. I mean, I've heard crazier things. But this is 2020. I'm prepared for anything. You probably do have secret kids.
Well, I'm gonna tell you I don't.
Huh.
So there's that.
Okay. What is your confession? What would you like to confess?
Yeah, I guess this is the closest one I might say. I don't know if this might be confession, but I would say this, that even after reading, before I always used to vote a certain way, mostly liberal, right? But I guess that I've been enjoying the lifestyle, the Texas lifestyle, live, have your own stuff. So I'm guessing that I am leaning more to the center, more to the right in terms of having things as I'm getting older, something that it's hard to prove, especially when you're my age, especially on Twitter, everything else. So, I mean, that could be a slight confession that I would agree with Trump if he didn't come off as slightly racist.
Why do you feel like he comes off as racist?
I mean, one, the son of a bitch comment about Kaepernick and things like that.
Shit. I'm glad you brought that up. Well, what are your thoughts? Because, the other day he said he wouldn't be opposed to Kaepernick being back in the NFL. It's like he almost did a 180 on his Kaepernick stance. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah. And the thing is, I've seen that, but like I said, actions speak louder than words. This is an election year. He do things to get elected. And like I said, this where he did, of course, give money to HBCUs and things like that as far as he checked. But again, it's election year. I'm going to have to see, if he wins or if he loses, how is he respected and how does he go about his business, either way it goes. So, and another thing is this too, you do have racist white people in the Republican Party that, supports this man Trump pretty much openly. So.
Interesting. Oh, okay. I saw that, Lady Licious. Well, I got a middle finger for you. Anyway, so but you say Trump comes off slightly racist. He thinks he says things that people may not find too keen. But so I got a question. Okay, so say you had two candidates, right? Say one was the most racist, vile candidate you could imagine, but his policies almost guaranteed you a better life as an American, but he just said stuff he didn't really like. But everything else he had and implemented would actually improve your quality of life. Or you had a guy who did nothing but praise and basically worship the ground that black people walk on, yet, he had no real platform to run on. He just loved black people. That was it. Which candidate would you rather support?
In that case, I would go with the one with the better life. But since you have, again, the one with the better life have racist, people in it, I guess people from the KKK that, support this man, I guess inadvertently, although Trump tried to denounce us and separate himself, but he does that in front of the camera, but they support it secretly. So when you have those type of people supporting him, it does make it hard because it's like, okay, if they get in power, if they go out and run rampant, would they be really held accountable? So it's almost as if, like, if these people, if I'm voting for a better life, but the person that wins doesn't matter if these people come and harass these people or pretty much make their lives hell, what's worse, being alive or being dead? I'd rather want to be alive. So it's almost a no vote in that instance.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. So, I mean, it's just like, if you did vote for Trump, if for some reason, you were convinced, would you tell anybody?
If I did what again?
If you decided that you were going to vote for Trump, would you tell anybody?
If I decided to vote for if I got asked, yeah. Would I campaign for it? No. If that makes sense. Or would I donate my money to it? No.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is this: it's just like, as everybody knows, the state of Texas, the state is growing at a rapid rate. You have people coming in and out of the state. That's really why COVID-19 is going up. It's not because people from Texas are going out and partying. It's because you have people. It's summertime and people migrate, come over here, leave, go back and forth. So it is what it is. But what happens is that, and everybody knows this too, if Texas was under, I guess, 100% Democratic rule from top to bottom, it would be pretty much taxes going up because we would pay for stuff that everybody would like but we don't need. And then inflation would rise because pretty much the whole state would be shut down, so everybody would just be getting our free money all over the place. And then what happened was everybody would be spending money, just buying up everything in shelves that they don't need, causing inflation, housing market to go up, and then next thing you know, we're looking like San Francisco in due time because there's 20 million people that live here. So.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. I mean, I think it's happening, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the next few years because there is a large influx of people from outside of the state, outside of the Houston area, coming into Houston, and things are changing a bit. Okay. What did you do for Juneteenth, Josh?
Can you repeat that? Yeah, yo, mic kind of cutting in and out, man.
I said, what did you do for Juneteenth?
Juneteenth, okay. Pretty much do what I always do. Go work and come back. Not a whole lot.
Okay.
Just another day. I mean, I know Juneteenth. I know the significance of it. I've been celebrating Juneteenth way before, Twitter celebrated it with this big display,
Okay. Cool. I don't really have any other further questions. Anything else that's on your mind there, Mr. Josh?
Yeah. The reason why I said a moving takes part because I just seen a friend that moved from like Oakland to Texas and pretty much is staying here currently. So and that's what opened my mind to like, okay, I'm actually seeing it now. More people starting to move here, which is great. But I guess you got to realize why things are the way they are, why prices are low, why people are migrating here, and what needs to be done going forward, to make sure that we continue this way of living. So.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think people have to come in. They have to kind of acclimate to the Texas way. I think anybody who comes in with any outside team support should immediately be kicked out of the city. So if you support anything outside of the Astros, Rockets, or Texans, I guess, you should be kicked out. Like if you're not supporting the local teams, if you're not supporting money into the local economy by supporting our teams, then you should be kicked out of Houston. You shouldn't be allowed to come here.
And one more thing. So, are you wearing a mask going into any businesses going forward?
It depends. Like, if I don't plan on it, I don't plan on it at all. But I mean, if I have to, like some businesses are just it would have to be like if it's something I have to do, and I just don't want to fucking deal with it. But I don't intentionally plan on it. I'll keep one on me just to avoid the bullshit. But I'd rather move through my day efficiently than sit here and try to argue, whether or not to be wearing a mask. Most of the time, I don't think about it, so it is what it is.
Yeah. Cause good friend Lena holds the mandate. Anybody that don't wear a mask, businesses are fined out $1,000. Which we're gonna see how that goes in the city of Houston. If that's enforced, and two, if it is enforced, what happens after that? So.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, yeah, what I mean, we're gonna hit you with $1,000 for not wearing a mask for whatever reason, but we can go out and all protest and hang out with each other. And again, if for whatever reason, if you support it, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, it's just too much bullshit going on. But hey, it is what it is. Are you wearing your mask? Or you got a mask on right now?
Yeah, and this last part I go like even that Trump rally that it was empty, like, and I knew that TikTok buying the tickets was happening. And that's why I'm kind of glad I didn't bet Hottie money because I'd have lost big money over meddling kids. But anyway, AOC dumbass confirmed it on Twitter, and I was like, see, now you just let Trump off the hook because he just admitted that kids bought up his rally on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. That's why I say, it has the opportunity to rally the base. Like I say, it depends on. You'll see what happens if he has the next rally. If it's sold out, if it's wall to wall, if it's capacity, then you'll see that response. But if not, then you may start having some questions like, okay, if you see another struggling rally again, if they do the same thing again, or they try to change up the system, whatever, you may have to start questioning some things if you're not seeing a strong turnout for these rallies.
Yeah, and I think it might continue because every time, like, Trump has to promote his rallies, and what they're doing is all it takes is a person to come and retweet it and say, everybody go to this rally, quote unquote. So, and then people gonna do what they're gonna do.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, just this whole thing. Do you think that really hurts him by people not showing up to the rally, or do you think that like him having these rallies is influencing the vote either way?
I think, like I said last week, it all depends on how the country looks 2 weeks before Election Day in November. 'Cause Oklahoma was a red state before the rally. It's probably gonna be a red state after it. So like I said, it depends on how the election, how the country is November. If we're in chaos, Biden's gonna win. If everything is going back to normal, Trump has a better chance. So. TikTok is a good tool, very informational. Good, I mean, for good and bad reasons. It got people famous, and it got people losing their jobs and getting fired as well. So it depends on how you use it. Posting things that can be racist, and it goes viral. Their job sees it, and job lets them go. So, or in most cases, kids don't graduate from high school or college.
For those who, yes, I was self-muted. I had asked him if he had a TikTok, or if he liked TikTok, if he did, and why. It could be a good tool or bad tool. So, sorry about that. So do you think though that people who post these things, they deserve to be, outed and exposed and prevented from going to institutions or being able to make money? Do you think it should go that far? Should they be canceled?
I'm not. Yeah. I see your question. I'm not a person that you do one bad thing, you should be exonerated or expelled from life. Like I said, I do agree with second chances and people making mistakes and being forgiven. But like I said, it's the job that's doing it themselves. And people got to understand that we're in a different time, we're in a different place. So there's things that you shouldn't do on platforms that may go viral. And to be conscious of, what's around. Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that is the smart thing to just, don't do stuff on social media that you don't want people to see. But yet, you got a lot of people still do it. You think that this lesson will be learned, but I guess not.
And I don't have a TikTok anyway, because I mean that's another kind of tool to track people. So it is what it is.
So, do you believe that China has tracked people behind TikTok?
China owns TikTok. I mean, it's already documented that TikTok is a TikTok information is shared with the communist China.
So, do you think that they may be manipulating the election in any way, form, or fashion?
I don't think. I mean, like I said, they might influence because I guess if China would endorse somebody, it may be Biden because I guess it'll be easier to use Biden for what China wants instead of Trump. Because one thing I've seen about Trump is like he comes off as a guy that stands up for himself and stands up for like the American people. That's what he comes off as.
Yeah.
So if I have to, say, I would say that China would probably want Biden to win. If that's the case. Out of the two.
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. So we'll see what happens ultimately. I don't know. Anything else that's on your mind there, though, Mr. Josh?
No, I'm good, man. Just when you get questions, I guess, kind of dead, but just thinking more ways and trying to realize why things are.
Okay. So you're voting. You said you're voting for Biden, right? This election.
I'm doing what this election?
You said you were voting for Biden, right? This election.
What about the election? My bad.
I said you're voting for Joe Biden this election, right?
No, I'm not voting for Joe or Trump. Like I said, if it was today, it'll probably be neither at this point. But like I said, as time goes on, I mean, I'll because I'm turning into an independent voter now. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm not sure about anything right now yet. Just watching and observing right now.
So what would it take for one of those candidates to win your vote right now at this very moment?
What would it take? I guess for Joe Biden's case, I would say I guess apologizing about that crime bill that put, black people, I guess started the chain of black people being in prison anyway. They warned with drugs and stuff that continued under his campaign, really. And for Trump on his end, it would be pretty much, I guess, not even, I would say denounce, I know he denounced the KKK, but I mean, I try to say, like, go out of his way to make sure that the white racist in his party isn't welcome. That makes sense. I think you should. No, I'm good, man. Same, man.
So that way I'm tired. It's been a very interesting last week and weekend. I'm trying to decide. Do we continue in hopes of getting a couple more confessions, or do we slide to the Discord and find something unimportant to argue about? Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am quite tired. But like I say, everything, sleep habits and all that. I gotta start getting back into that schedule. But like I said, getting back to the dens and everything back on time and being well rested. Like I say, everything should be back in order. So, what the hell is how you talking about? I didn't even read it. You're a terrible person, man. You're just a terrible person. Say, oh yeah. I didn't see what was posted. Like, man, I've been just out of there on weekends. But yeah, everything will be back in action. South Sports will be back in action tomorrow. Dan will be back in action. But yeah, like I said, I think we'll drag up a couple of minutes early here. We'll slide to the den if y'all want to get in the den. But I'll get ready to wrap it up. But we will be back on track, like I said, this week, Monday through Friday. Regularly scheduled programming. And we'll see. So if we didn't get the confessions, you know, I may share them in the den. We'll see what happens. In the den Discord. Or maybe later in the week. We'll find out. But with that being said, I'm going to be chunking up 2 fingers, which is also known as the deuce. And I appreciate y'all. I'm going to put the link to the Discord in here. After that, make sure you're following all the proper social medias at Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. Then show live at Facebook. You want to support the stream, many links down below for the multiple platforms that you can use. If you need any of the social media links, those are also down in the description below. All the pertinent information about the channel is in the description. I thank y'all for being here. Again, for giving me the opportunity to, chop it up with you guys and just interact and be a part of your lives as you guys are a part of the live streams. And it's become this community has become a part of my day-to-day life. So I definitely appreciate y'all. I definitely think about y'all from time to time. Yeah, some of y'all more than others, some of y'all not at all, maybe, I don't know. But I'm glad y'all are here. I do really, truly appreciate it. But I'm going to chunk up the deuce, man. Again, tomorrow, 9 p.m. Central Time, we're going to be on point. If, what I said 9 p.m. Central Time, 2 minutes of music, and we're live. With 2 minutes maximum of music, right? And then we're live. So if I don't adhere to that, then maybe like an extra, maybe it would be like a auto extended in or something. We'll figure out some type of challenge to make it, especially like there's consequences if I don't hold my end of the bargain. So we'll figure it out. But with that being said, check it out. Y'all be cool. Like y'all be cool. Y'all ain't got to go home. I'm inviting you guys to the Discord. Yes, go get your Honcho, the main Honcho shirt. It's available in the Den Show shop. Go to denshowshop.com. I think you still can. I think I've kept it on me. I don't fucking know. Just go to the link in the description below. But here's the deal. Alright, so let me get out of here. I fucks with y'all. I don't even know the button. I'm time. I gotta go to bed. But yeah, no. Alright, good stuff. Out. Go. Adios.